Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're live.
Excellent. Hillary, how are you doing? We are, what, 2 months into this or 1 month? I mean, I'm so excited. It might as well be 5 years. Or
That's right.
should it be 1 week? Anyway, we live in the real world. That's what I want to tell our viewers today. We live in the real world. We know that building a home business is not easy. One, two, three, boom, and you make $10,000 in a month. So we want to make it real for you today to tell you it does need work, but you know what? The more you give, you
The
can
more you
finish
get.
it. Excellent. All right. So, Hillary, my partner, would you like to introduce yourself very quickly?
Well, hi everyone. My name is Hillary, and I am right now a stay-at-home mom. I left my job. When was that? About
November, I think.
October. October.
October.
Well, November 1st, yeah, was my first day home.
Right.
To stay at home with my daughter and to grow my family and to grow my home business. And Bernie, my mentor, my the person who
And
I am,
partner.
and partner, and we are here as marketing moms from Trinidad, and we're showing moms how it is possible to do exactly what I did: leave your job, stay at home, still provide financial resources to your family, but be there as a mother, which is your primary role.
Excellent. Excellent. And I've been at home for a while myself. After my second child was born, I decided to stay at home. My husband was busy at work, and I was busy seeing about children. As the children went off to universities, as the first one started to go off to universities, um, cash got tight, and so therefore, time for mom to go out and make some extra income. So I couldn't leave home. It was not part of my plan, and I refused to ever think about that. So when I found this business, internet network marketing, I was just so happy that I'm able to do it now.
Yes.
Marketing from
Yeah,
home.
marketing from home. All right. So today's topic, we're talking about, seen our title is called free. Free being your biggest mistake. And I think that thankfully, I would say thanks to me getting in touch with Bernadette, Bernie, and getting in touch with our group, I didn't have to make that mistake. But a lot of people who come online trying to do a business online, and even other businesses I've actually found recently, is that people are afraid of the cost. They're afraid of putting forth that investment that they need in order to boost, their business. And when you when you're afraid of making an investment, that is what actually keeps you back from growing in your business and being able to make the strides necessary. And sometimes it takes a different type of mindset, because you think that, okay, what's out there? I can get it on YouTube, I can find it on Google, I can maybe get it from, a friend who's talking about it. But in the long run, that's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of wasted hours that could have been put towards something else. So that's what our topic, today. It's wrapping your mind around the fact that free is, it will get you started, it will get your feet wet and everything, but you need to up the game a little. Would you say so, Bernie?
Definitely, definitely. And just like you, I mean, before I went online, I myself was an internet marketer, and I was telling people how to market their business doing using internet marketing, and I was going after small to medium business owners. And then I got into network marketing, building a business from home because I needed to see the cash a little faster, and I wanted to see that if network marketing really does work, online has to be a part of it. And so I went in search, and of course, you see a lot of links telling you make money here, get rich quick here, do this, do that, get what you call it, 10,000 leads doing whatever. And to me, I didn't like any of that, so I was very skeptical. But one day I was like, enough. I need to stop, as Hillary mentioned just now, searching and researching and researching. I needed to stop spending time looking. Okay, I needed to get into action, and I was so happy that I did take the action of getting into a marketing community. And that's when a lot of things started being put together, because what you see in a marketing community is that they're going to tell you, well, I did this and this is the mistakes I made, or I did this and these are the mistakes I made. So as Tim very well put it, Tim Irway, one of our top mentors, marketing mentors, he says it's going to take you maybe 20, 40 years for you to make all the mistakes that everybody make. So why not get into a marketing community and just learn from everybody else's mistakes and just do it? You're going to do it your way, of course, but don't make the mistakes that they make. And they very freely share with you the mistakes that they have made. So they're saying, like instead of, let's say, for instance, you're putting up a Facebook ad, because a lot of people ask for information on Facebook ads, and they tell you, well, when you do a Facebook ad, you don't want to send them to a generic page. You want to introduce yourself, you put your picture, you put a 20-second video introducing yourself. That, how you would say, increases response. I don't know, 20%, 40%, but anything better than 5% is better, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Hillary, what would you say as you said, you mentioned earlier that there are a lot of mistakes that people make when they keep going the free way, when they keep saying, I'll figure it out on my own. What do you say your two top mistakes that you've avoided by not going the I'll figure it out on my own direction?
Two top mistakes. Um, well, one, I think I wouldn't say it's my top, but one that is at the top of my mind is that searching element in terms of wasting time. And being, when I came into, so story best. When I came
Best
into
story,
Elite
yes.
Marketing, when I came into Elite Marketing Pro, I didn't have to go searching, and I was very new to online marketing. Not that I hadn't been online socially before, but how to use that to market a business was completely new to me. And it's only because I was in the system that I was able to ask every question that I needed, rather than taking each of those questions and going on a Google search and typing in the question. And actually, recently, I was doing some research just to like some competitive analysis, what we call competitive analysis, to see what other marketers were doing. And I had set aside in this week 2 hours to do that. That's how I had scheduled my time. But in doing that, what I realized is that, there are a lot of people who, because they're not in a system and they don't have the training that they need, they actually spend the same 2 hours every day trying to get the information. Whereas for me, it was just a research exercise that I was on YouTube looking at different things, seeing what other people are doing, and actually spending the time listening to their content. That took me a whole 2 hours. And if I was out there actually searching those questions that I had, like as a new person when I joined Elite Marketing Pro, I could have wasted umpteen hours instead of actually doing work, instead of getting into action. Because it was only because of the system, you know, and that was my like the one of those big takeaways is that it saved me so much time. And when I did come online, I didn't have time. I was still at a job. So I only had
Excellent.
2 hours a day, right? And I only had 2 hours a day, and that was in the evening after I came home, after I put Olivia to sleep. So time and I don't function well without 7 hours sleep, as most people would know. So time was really crucial for me in terms of the learning piece. And then not only the learning, getting into action. So those 2 hours actually that I had 1 hour on only one day a week was in our mastermind group. And then the other hour was me doing something, applying what we learned in the mastermind. So it really time doing anything part time. And you know, as Bob Clark says, you know, if you can't do this part time, you're not going to succeed at it full time. I remember him saying that, and he was really inspirational to me in getting that 2 hours out of the day when I only had those 2 hours, right?
Excellent, excellent. And you brought up an excellent point there because when you ask the right people the questions that you have instead of Google and you get 20 or 50 different answers, you're not sure which one to trust. And being in a
Exactly.
marketing community like Elite Marketing Pro, what it gives us is that the fact that we've trusted these guys and we're seeing success all around us. So all we know, and we know for sure that all we need to do is just get into action and apply what they're telling us to do. All right?
Exactly.
They're guiding us because the thing is, our testimony of success is their testimony. So it's a win-win situation. Is that what you're trying to say? Right?
Yes, it is, yeah. Because
Excellent.
you're basically following the steps that they've taken. And you made a point there at the beginning, you know, where we can't make all the mistakes, right? And, you know, it reminds me of, you know, as my mom used to say, you know, it's just like, why don't you just learn from our experience? And as young children growing up, sometimes you feel like you don't know anything about this. Well, take a little bit of that advice and apply it to your business, you know, because it's the same thing like when you go and get a degree. You don't know anything about engineering, so you went to university to learn about engineering. And guess what? You trusted the university and you trusted the professors who have the higher level degrees. So why not trust the same people who are doing what you want to do and they're at a higher level? They're succeeding at that higher level. So it was kind of like a no-brainer, and like thanks to connecting with you, Bernie, it was like I was able to get into that system and save tons of time that I didn't have.
Right. And you touched on a very good point there as well. Because you trusted me, you were able to trust the leaders that I introduced you to in Elite
Exactly.
Marketing Pro, correct?
Yep, that's exactly
Excellent,
right.
excellent. Now, the next question I have for you, Hillary, is vision. Now, a lot of people in network marketing, a lot of people, when they are ready to have their home business or ready to step into their entrepreneurial role, be it they have a book to sell, music gig to sell, whatever. Let's say first is their dentistry that they want to market better. All right. Vision. Can you tell me about what vision you had when you first started marketing?
Oh, that's easy. I had like a monetary vision, right? And I was like, okay, great. I am going to be within a year's time, I'm going to have X amount of money in my bank account. And slowly but surely, it's kind of like I was trying to figure out, okay, that's in my bank account. That's what I'm working towards.
And you were kind of like, I don't have a plan. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Exactly. You're like, yes, I want that. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get it? You know?
You know, it's like what?
So, okay, I'm going to run. Okay, so you run. are you getting it yet? Like, no, I'm not getting it. So the point that we're trying to make for our viewers here is that the monetary vision is not going to get you to the money that you want. What is going to get you to that monetary vision, Hillary is going to express to you how being an elite marketing pro for, I don't know, not a year yet, right, Hillary?
Not a
Almost a year.
year.
So
Actually, we're 10 months.
10 months in,
10
excellent.
months
So
in.
being 10 months in Elite Marketing Pro, how, and can you tell me the specifics of how that vision has changed from the monetary vision that you started with to where you are today? What is your vision today?
Well, so the process of how that went about, it's kind of like you basically what happened is, and actually this happened with at a couple different events, until I was able to actually solidify it to what I know it to be now. And it came about by me really understanding who I want to be, what life I want to live, right? It wasn't necessarily about the money that I had, but who I was going to be. And I am a stay-at-home mom who works from home 3 hours a day. That's and right now you could say that that's what I'm working towards, because that's why I left in October, because I wanted to be that stay-at-home mom. And there was nothing that was going to stop that. That was like, so in other words, it's like that vision kind of like all of a sudden, because of that vision, it almost helped me create now the actions that I would need to apply the monetary figures to whatever I needed to achieve that vision, right? So it was almost like the reverse, it's like I started off with this big dollar figure here, and it was just like, this is what I want. But now knowing what I wanted, how I wanted my life to be, that is what allowed me to now sit down and break it down. It's like, this is what I want my life to be. What do I need to have this life? What are the things that I need, right? And then you know what is the money that you're going to need to apply. And then you start putting actions towards that. And that is how my vision, and it's actually how it actually solidified, Bernie. If I could share this here, is that
For
the
sure.
ignition coaching program, that really solidified, because even though I had gone through that process a few times at different events, the ignition coaching forced me to really understand who I want to be, not necessarily what I want to have, but who I want to be.
Yes, and in knowing who you want to be, it moves you towards what you want to have, correct?
Exactly.
And Hillary touched it a little bit, so I'm going to be a little bit more specific in your vision. When you're doing your vision, it needs to be SMART, or should I put it this way? SMART, and that's called SMART. Your vision must have within it answer these questions. It must be specific. What exactly are you going after? It must be measurable, meaning how do you measure your steps as you get there? Because small celebrations are going to keep you on the path to getting to your specific goal. All right? So specific, measurable, attainable. Okay? So in a sense, Hillary was setting a high goal for herself. And I know a lot of leaders tend to say, reach high, set an attainable goal that is going to cause you to stretch. But the big mistake a lot of people make in the home business is the fact that they make a goal that is so high that their subconscious is telling them, yeah, right, you can't make that. So that's why we need to get to specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and it's got to be relevant to the life that you want to have. Okay, relevant is important, because if you don't have relevancy in your goal, in what you're going after, is that you're going to be doing all sorts of stuff that's actually going to be distracting you from where you want to go. All right. And the next one is being time sensitive. You know, I mean, I know a lot of network marketing leaders teach that it must be time specific, but being SMART is the complete setting that vision. And within the ignition coaching that you get as a bonus for getting into the marketing community that Hillary and I belong to, Elite Marketing Pro, I mean, the great thing I have about it is that I don't need to be perfect in order to teach Hillary. Hillary doesn't need to be perfect in order to teach. I think what's her name? Says you may have mentioned her earlier. Anyway,
Michelle.
whoever is in your team, Michelle and your other members in your team, and my other members in my team, we don't have to be perfect in order to teach them, because while we're building our business, Tim and Hillary and Katrina and whoever else and Doug, they're helping us to answer our marketers that we are bringing into the system. So therefore, all of us grow faster together. Okay? They don't have to wait for me to get excellent at capture pages for me to teach them what capture pages are all about. Is that a good example?
Yes.
Right? Excellent. So, like for instance, when we talk about free is the most expensive mistake that you can make while you build your home business. It's like Tyson Zana, a top marketer in Elite Marketing Pro. He failed at his MLM. He failed at 3 MLMs and spent 8 years in network marketing before he actually came upon Elite Marketing Pro. And because he grasped the system and he really dug into it, did his homework, and within 2 months, he figured out what he was going to do, what he was going to focus on, and he started running towards his goal. And he is now one of the top marketers in Elite Marketing Pro. All right, and that's just one of the stories of the breakthroughs that we have in this excellent community of marketers. All right. So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I mean, Tyson is one example, but even Ray Higdon, Michelle Pascalito, even our own mentor Katrina, you know, each of them, they talk about a breakthrough happening at an event, and even though they were in the system, a higher level of breakthrough happens at a specific event, or where you are a live event, like, you know, Excuses Summit. All of them did have that. But it's with any event, you know, sometimes you just need to be surrounded by those leaders and those. I mean, even in my old career, right, as a data analyst, I remember going to a live event with other data analysts, and it was all of a sudden light bulbs came on. So whether it is a job or your business, live events do have a serious impact because you're surrounded by the mindset of people that you need to be surrounded by in order to progress.
Very much so. And because you see success, other success stories, you get it at the live event. You guys actually get to feel the person and see that they're real. You know, and then there's so much excitement going around at the live event as well. So it is really great. And Hillary is going this year, and Hillary will be joining me at No Excuses. We are so excited and happy, and we would love for you to take, you know, we're not telling you to jump into the deep water. We're telling you to jump into the shallow, okay? Test it out, but you've got to make the commitment that you're going to get into the actions that are necessary for you to see the results. Yeah, Hillary?
Yep, that's exactly.
Then we'll invite you over to the deep end after, because, you know, when you're in the deep end, that's when you really start compressing your activities. You start compressing time, because we want to all have that 80-20 rule. 20% of the actions are giving you 80% of the results, because that's what home business is all about.
Exactly. That's why you're in a home business. right?
Yes, and that's why we're in Elite Marketing Pro, excellent marketing community that gets everybody to where they want to go once you get into action. So, free. How free is Elite Marketing Pro? Is it like 2,000? No, sorry, like $10,000? Because I know a lot of people spend $10,000 to get into Elite Marketing, into excellent marketing training.
Training. Nope, it's not 10,000.
It's not 10. So we want you to, click the link. We want you to click the link and see how nicely they have packaged this awesome Elite Marketing Pro for you to get better.
Better. Yep.
Are you seeing any questions, Hillary?
No, oops, I forgot to open the app. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Hopefully, no problem. So, if you have any questions, because once the Hangout start, we can't open the question and answer.
Oh no, the question it's open. Yeah, but
okay.
Just one question is, when is this No Excuses event?
It is coming up in June 18th to the 20th, I believe. Yeah. And the way they're laying out this year is that they want you to spend a day and a half learning how to really understand capture pages and how to get traffic. And then they're going to go into the weekend of awesome mastermind marketing from top earners, and they're focusing this year on what it is the top earners are doing to keep getting better. Because we know that Facebook is changing, we know that Twitter is changing, Google Plus is changing, and we know ad spend is expensive. So we want you to really be able to do your ad spend well so that that minimizes, so that you could get into profit really quickly.
Cool. So we hope to see you there. No excuses. All right. Well, that's
and the link is going to be below for getting that link as well. Okay.
So if you're interested in No Excuses, you just click on the link below to join us in our mastermind, Elite Marketing Pro Team on Fire. You join either Bernie or myself, and you just click on the link below, and we'll see you.
You will be
invited into our weekly hangouts where you could start growing your business, having chosen to make that investment and leave free behind.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Hillary, thank you very much.
Have a good afternoon.